Here's the truth about parental control apps for iPhones. There's too many options, most of them don't work as advertised, and parents end up spending way too much time trying to figure out what is going to work best without making their child miserable in the process. I spent the last 6 months testing every major app with real iPhone families. That's Screen Time, Family Link, Custodio, Bark, Norton Family, Aura, and even more to find out what actually works. And one stood out among the rest. Plus, we found a few solid backups for specific situations. So stick around in this video. We will show you what works, what doesn't, and ultimately which one you should download. And as always, there are discount links in the description below that help you save money while also supporting the channel. Now, before we get to the results, you should know that our testing process involves two major components: putting these apps in as many hands as possible and spreadsheets. Oh, baby, spreadsheets. I love my spreadsheets. We tracked setup time, iPhone integration, cost, and how these apps actually hold up in the chaos of family life. And to make sure that we're not just stuck in our own echo chamber with our heads in the sand, we also looked at external reviews, Reddit threads, comments from parents who are worried about bullying or explicit content and everything in between. And the goal was simple. Let's find out what works as opposed to what just looks good in a demo. Let's start with the solution that most iPhone parents try first: Apple's built-in Screen Time. It's free, it's there, it's already on your kid's phone, and honestly, it handles the basics pretty well. You can set time limits for different apps, you can block explicit content, and you can see what your kids are doing. The main drawback is it is incredibly easy for kids to bypass, especially once they get to be middle school aged. And the communication between devices is clunky, especially if you have multiple kids. And if you want any kind of advanced reporting or alerts, you can forget about it. Then there's Google's Family Link, which works similar to Screen Time and honestly is fine if your family is within Google's device ecosystem. But on iPhone, the experience is pretty clunky. This is definitely something that was built with Android in mind, and the iPhone experience shows it. Custodio used to be decent, but their iPhone app is dated and the setup process is honestly a nightmare. I spent 45 minutes trying to customize the permissions how I needed them to, and I do this for a living. Norton Family has the same problem. It's too complicated and the iPhone integration is clunky at best. After eliminating all of these, I was left with two main options: Aura and Bark. And spoiler alert, one of them is clearly the better option for iPhone families. After testing everything, Aura is just hands down the best parental control app for iPhone families. Here's why. Setup takes 5 minutes. Literally. I timed it. You download the app on your phone, you add your kids, you scan a QR code using their device, and it's up and running. Parental controls, all set, everything ready to go. Because Aura is built with different types of phones in mind, the integration is seamless. It plays nicely with iOS, it doesn't fight with Screen Time, it actually improves family sharing rather than breaking it. You can lock in safe search or YouTube restricted mode with a single click, and everything stays in sync across all phones without the glitches that I saw with the other services. Filtering is straightforward. You can block from 28 different categories: social media, dating apps, explicit content, gaming platforms. And when Aura blocks something, it just blocks it. There's no, error pages or temporarily unavailable messages that essentially tell your kids how to work around it. And the monitoring makes sense for most iPhone families. Aura doesn't snoop through your kids' messages or private chats, which honestly, it feels like crossing a line at times. But it does keep an eye on in-game chats for over 200 different PC games. And that's where a lot of bullying, scams, and other inappropriate content often gets through. The reports are simple and straightforward. You see browsing history, app usage, blocked attempts, enough to keep you informed, but not so much that you wind up drowning in data. Here's where Aura gets interesting. You can also bundle in identity theft protection for your whole family. That includes, credit monitoring, dark web scans, data broker removal, even, antivirus for up to 10 devices and a VPN. Now, I use this because I want all of those surfaces anyway, and it's nice to have everything under one roof. I'm gonna flash the most recent price as of publishing this video on the screen, but head to the discount link in the description below. You will get the best price up to the minute that you're actually watching this. Now, if you feel something is missing with Aura though, let's talk about why my runner-up is impressive, though maybe not for everyone. Now, Bark is technically impressive and does what it promises. It covers over 30 different apps with AI-assisted alerts. But here's the truth. Bark is built for families that want enterprise-level surveillance and know how to use it. Bark just takes a lot of setup and constant tweaking. You have to configure each app individually, monitor and update those settings, and fine-tune the alerts. Also, in my research, I found discussions where kids who are now adults talked about how Bark's notification system actually hurt their relationship with their parents. And while that's not directly the app's fault, it does show why it's critical for parents to carefully consider each of the different settings to fit your family's needs. If your family is facing serious and ongoing issues and you're comfortable putting in the time, Bark will give you some insights that most other services won't. Its GPS features are solid and its AI notification system is fairly intuitive. But for most iPhone families, Bark is total overkill. That's like buying the security system that a bank would use to just protect your house. Basic home security setup would be fine. So here's my recommendation. If you are a typical iPhone family that just wants protection that will work without the stress, go with Aura. It filters the content, manages screen time, and it gives you full digital security in minutes. What makes Aura shine for iPhone users is how it fits neatly within Apple's ecosystem rather than fighting it. It works alongside screen time, so you can stack Aura's filtering on top of Apple's time limits. Family sharing still works as usual, so your kids can request apps or more screen time through the channels that they're already used to using. Setup also is just smoother. Aura respects iOS permissions, so you're not left with weird alerts or broken features every time iOS updates. And since Aura doesn't monitor private and personal messages, you bypass the issue that so many parents have to reckon with when it comes to these more heavy-handed apps on the market. The bottom line is most parents just want their kids safe online without making screen time a daily fight, and Aura nails that balance better than any of the other apps I've tested. Now, if you want to try it for yourself, remember to use the discount links in the description below. It'll save you some money and support the channel. Plus, Aura has a 60-day money-back guarantee. So if you're not happy with it, you have 2 months to decide whether or not it will actually work for your family. That is all we have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.